Hey everybody, it's Stephanie J, and today we are going to be talking about the dangers of chemical peels at home, the different types of chemical peels, how to properly prep for your peels, and the different strengths and types of chemical peels. Okay, so give me just 1 second here. I'm going to wait for a few people to come into the live and then I will get started. If you guys have any questions about chemical peels, if you have acne, fine lines and wrinkles, or blemishes, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to this live because it's going to give a lot of information and help you. Make decisions on the best treatment options for your skin conditions. Okay, so give me just a few moments here. I'm just going to wait for a few people to come into the live and then I will get started. Okay. Hey, Mike, how are you? I see you in here. I actually was going to reach out to you too. I probably will after I get off of this live. Okay, so I am on Facebook. Good. Instagram. Good. Everything looks good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and not even hold this live up. I'm just gonna go ahead on and get started. If you guys have any questions, you can type them down in the comment section, but I most likely will not read them until after, just because I'm streaming on multiple platforms right now. It's gonna be a little hard, okay? So if you have questions, leave them below and I will do my best to kind of toggle back and forth and answer them when I can, but most likely it's going to be at the end of this webinar. Okay, so first things first, what is a chemical peel? You guys have probably heard the term. It's wildly popular, especially on social media. You guys have probably seen people go into med spa, or they're doing these peels at home and you see their skin peeling. Okay, but may not have an idea of exactly what it is or how it works. So I'm here to explain that to you today. Okay, so a chemical peel is an exfoliating procedure. It helps to resurface your skin through a chemical solution that's applied to your skin. It can target acne, hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, and texture. And basically what it does is it causes a superficial wound or injury or burn to the skin, and it kind of makes the skin react so that the skin cells will renew and you'll get new skin, fresher skin. So basically the same thing as getting a scab, falling down, getting a scab, and then you have a scab for a few weeks because it's a wound, and then in a few weeks you have new skin over it, like nothing ever happened. So basically that's what chemical peels do, but they cause an injury that causes your skin to heal a little bit faster than it normally would on its own, because you're causing a superficial wound, if that makes sense. Okay, as far as chemical peels go, there are three types of chemical peels, basically three different levels. There's your superficial level, which is like a mild acid, such as salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, kojic acid, things that you guys have probably already heard a lot about on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, because you guys are definitely doing do-it-yourself chemical peels at home, and that is what inspired me to start this live, to go live tonight, because you guys are ruining your skin, okay? So I just want to help my clients, my audience, to kind of better understand the different levels of peels. Okay, so the first one is superficial. The second level of peel is going to be your medium peels. These are also going to be glycolic, TCA, which is also known as trichloroacetic acid, salicylic acid, but they are at a higher strength. Okay, so these are going to be above 10%. These are going to be above 20% in active acids. Okay, these two types of peels, the superficial and the medium peel, are typically administered by a person like me, who is a licensed esthetician. Okay, and even though they can be the same, there's going to be a few things that determine whether they're superficial or a medium strength chemical peel. Okay, so things like the way that you prep the skin is going to determine the strength in which the peel will respond to your skin or react to you. Your skin will react to the peel. how many layers that you do when you do a chemical peel will affect the strength of the chemical peel. Your skin condition can also affect the strength of the peels as well. So there's quite a few factors that go into determining whether a peel is superficial or it's a medium depth peel. Okay. The third level of peels are going to be stronger acids like the phenol peel, and you guys may have seen that where it looks like a mask and the skin is like completely burnt out for a few weeks. Those types of peels, you're usually not able to go outside and enjoy your life. You kind of want to stay indoors for about maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe even a little bit longer depending on your skin sensitivity. And those types of peels are usually administered by a nurse or a doctor. They are not typically, or they should not be administered by an esthetician. So if you have anybody trying to give you a peel, like a phenol peel or anything that's really, really strong, you want to make sure that they are a licensed nurse or medical professional or doctor, okay? All right, so let's see. Now that we know what a chemical peel is, I'm going to move on to how the peels work and their intended benefits, which I already kind of touched on a little bit. Okay, so chemical peels work by removing the damaged outer layers of the skin. The solution that we apply during the peel causes controlled damage, so like I said, a superficial wound, and it prompts your skin to generate new skin cells. As your skin heals, you're going to notice healthier skin, a more radiant glow, smoother texture, less acne scars. Your hyperpigmentation is going to brighten and lighten. If you have fine lines and wrinkles, a lot of times chemical peels will help to get rid of that, because when you think about it, it's almost kind of like a snake that sheds its skin. Before a snake sheds its skin, it's pretty dull. Once it goes through that metamorphosis or that change, then the skin is more vibrant and radiant. And that's pretty much the same thing that a chemical peel does for your skin. It allows you to shed the skin a lot faster than you normally would, so that it gets rid of those superficial wrinkles, lines, acne, hyperpigmentation, and even ingrown hair. A lot of men that have beards will typically have ingrown hair, so chemical peels can be a good option for them. And sometimes women do as well, because sometimes women have PCOS, which is a hormonal disorder, so they may grow hair on their face and get ingrown hair. So chemical peels can be a really good option to help smooth the skin back out and get rid of the scarring that comes along with that. Okay. Let's see here, guys, I have my notes. How do you know if you are a candidate for a chemical peel? Okay, so this is a big deal. There's some people who should not get chemical peels, and this is why it's important to have this knowledge before you just jump into a TikTok trend and start trying to do a do-it-yourself chemical peel at home, okay? Because not everybody is a candidate. If you are a person that has skin conditions such as psoriasis, eczema, open wounds, or you're pregnant, 9 times out of 10, you're not a good candidate for a chemical peel. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but if you are currently experiencing plaques or open wounds, lesions, or your eczemas on your skin at the moment, you're not going to be a good candidate, okay? So when you do a peel, it's important to know the condition that your skin is in before applying these chemical peels, okay? So you don't want to end up causing more damage to your skin by putting on something that's going to burn your skin and cause a wound and literally physically burn. Sometimes they do burn. They can be spicy. So before you do that, you don't want to just be putting, chemical peels on your skin, because you're going to cause more damage, which in the long run is going to cost you more money, more time. And, for some people, it may even lower your confidence if your skin is burnt or has more hyperpigmentation or irritation, okay? So when you are thinking about doing a chemical peel, it's very important to know your skin condition before doing these do-it-yourself at-home chemical peels, okay? What else? If you're on certain medications like Accutane, or anything that's like heavy benzoyl peroxide or clindamycin, anything like that, you're not necessarily a candidate for a chemical peel. Okay, so Accutane, you need to wait at least 6 months before you can even think about touching a chemical peel. And then, like certain retinols, retinoids, things like that, you need to wait at least 7 to 10 days before applying a chemical peel. Okay, so these are things that you need to think about before trying to do these do-it-yourself at-home chemical peels, because again, you don't want to over exfoliate your skin and cause irritation. Okay, so retinoids, retinols, clindamycin, benzoyl peroxide, those are all exfoliants, and if you're putting a heavier exfoliant on top, you're going to do some major damage. So if you're on any type of dermatologist medication or any type of medication, always, always, always consult with an esthetician or consult with a dermatologist, the dermatologist that prescribed the medications, before you just go into Sephora and pick up a bottle of, the Ordinary or whatever type of chemical peel and put that on your face, because you definitely want to be careful and make sure that you're taking the necessary precautions before doing so, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you, okay? Because I've seen it all. I've had clients come in and their face is pretty bad, okay? So make sure that if you are on any type of medication, that you consult with a professional before you put those peels on your face, okay? People who work outdoors, if you are a construction worker, if you are a lifeguard, who else works outside? If you have a job where you work outside 24/7 or 8 hours a day, you're not going to be a good candidate for a chemical peel. The reason why, when we do chemical peels, we remove the dead skin, the outer layer of your skin, and your skin is going to be more exposed to the sun. Right now, our sun is the hottest it's ever been. We have global warming going on, so that makes it even worse. So the UVB rays, the UVA rays are really, really harsh on the skin. When your skin is exposed to the sun like that and you're out there all day, you run the risk of getting more hyperpigmentation on your skin and sunburn and things like that, which can actually have an adverse reaction to the chemical peel. So you definitely, if you're a person who works outdoors 24/7, you don't want to be, taking the risk of doing a peel at home. You need to talk to your esthetician and find out what alternative treatments can be given to help you still achieve the results that you want without causing further damage. Okay, so some people who work outdoors, you will be able to get chemical peels. I'm not saying that you won't, but you won't be able to get chemical peels during the middle of the summer because you're going to be outdoors. Now, in the wintertime, the sun isn't, as harsh, but you still need to wear sunscreen. But it's a lot easier to control, wearing a hat, long sleeves. Well, you won't, the sleeves don't really matter, but being able to wear a hat because it's not as hot. You're not going to be sweating on your skin, okay? So there are alternative methods that you can take to help you clear up acne, fine lines, wrinkles, and blemishes. Outside of chemical peels, there's still there's exfoliants that just are not as strong, but they can still help to improve your skin along with the skincare routine at home. Okay, so if you work outdoors, you're not a good candidate for a chemical peel in the heat of the summer. All right, melanin-rich skin, heavily pigmented, medium pigmented. Like if you have pigment in your skin, if you are Asian, Latino, Indian, Middle Eastern, Black, African American, Nigerian, whatever, if you have pigment in your skin, it is very, 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 very important that you prep your skin properly before even thinking about putting a chemical peel on your skin. The reason why is that when a chemical peel causes a superficial injury to your skin naturally is going to want to overreact and produce more melanin, okay? So our skin, our bodies, anytime we have an injury, naturally it always wants to go into defense mode and it always wants to heal the body, okay? So if you have melanin skin, your skin's automatically going to want to produce more melanin. So it is important that you prepare your skin at least 14 days before doing a chemical peel with a melanin inhibitor. 14 to 30 days, okay? Depending on your skin sensitivity, 14 to 30 days. Very, very important. And I know a lot of people want results right away, and your birthday's coming up and you got a wedding to go to, and all these reasons, why you guys want to rush the process and skip over all the steps. But I'm telling you now, because I've seen it, your cousin came to me, your auntie came to me, and your uncle's about to come to me because they did not take the proper precautions to prepare their skin before putting a chemical peel on, okay? So you need to make sure that you have proper skin prep before even thinking about putting a peel or a heavy exfoliant on your skin, all right? So with that said, post-care is also just as important. A lot of people do not consider, what type of care they need to do after a chemical peel. They just put it on and then they go about their business. They don't wash their face the next day. They're not putting on moisturizers. They're not using sunscreen to protect themselves from the skin, which is very, very important. And it's just no. Or, they do the opposite. They put the peel on and then they have a routine, but the routine that they have is not proper for the first 10 to 14 days after a chemical peel, okay? Because after you do a peel, you cannot go and put a scrub on your face. You cannot go use salicylic acid pads, glycolic pads, retinol. You can't do any other exfoliation after you have put a chemical peel on your face, because that is going to just cause a disaster with your skin barrier, okay? You're going to be irritated, you're going to be red, your skin's going to be inflamed, you're going to break out even more. The purging is going to be just crazy and your skin's going to burn, okay? So it's very important that you know the proper post-care steps after you do a chemical peel, okay? So this is why I don't want you guys doing peels at home. And if you are going to do it, then you really need to do your research and make sure that you are taking all the necessary precautions and steps that I'm telling you today, okay? Because if you don't, you're just asking for more of a headache. You're asking for a disaster on your skin, okay? So what else do we have here? Oh, I went right on into that. Let's see. Okay, so now I want to talk about the differences between professional and at-home peels, because there is going to be a major difference. The first obvious difference, or should be obvious, is going to be the peel strength. What's sold over the counter is not going to be the same as what your esthetician or your dermatologist has, okay? On Amazon, because of online, I will say this because I saw someone use, I believe, like a 70% peel the other day. And I'm just like, I'm amazed because the law in California for TCA is 10%, okay? So how, people go online and they order these products. Oh, my esthetician, she used TCA on me, so I know what I'm doing. My skin was fine. But you don't know the percentage that she used, he or she used. And you also don't know where the peel came from that you bought on Amazon. You don't even know if it's real, where it came from, real, fake, because apparently there's fake chemical peels, dupes on the market with the same labeling, just like, counterfeit chemical peels, okay? So those do exist. Learn something new every day on TikTok, and I just learned that about 3 days ago, okay? So there's counterfeit peels on the market, and I think they're doing like The Ordinary. I use that name a lot because it's very popular, and it can be okay if you know how to use it properly. But there are people that are literally selling fake versions on Amazon and other websites that are not the real version. So that's why it's just very important to make sure that you know where you're sourcing your materials from. But anyway, I saw someone do a 75% TCA peel the other day on TikTok, and she burnt her skin out, okay? I'm a licensed professional. I don't even do those types of peels. Never even knew that percentage could go that high, to that level. Okay, and I would never, ever, ever put that on one of my clients' faces. We don't even offer Jersner's peels, okay? Because I personally experienced that, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst client, okay? And by worst client, I mean the person who never shows up to their appointment, leaves us waiting, doesn't call, is inconsiderate, inconsiderate and they just continuously show up that way. Okay, so that's my worst client. I wouldn't even wish that type of peel or burning sensation for 21 days like I went through on anyone. So we don't even offer those types of peels. So definitely need to use precaution when purchasing these peels and your sources and the different strengths and levels. Because again, if you have pigmented skin, you really, 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 really want to work progressively rather than aggressively. Okay, so you want to take your time because your skin can turn really, really quickly from doing okay to just terrible, horrible. And it takes a lot more time to fix damage than it would have if you would have just did step by step the right way and worked progressively. Okay. Another thing, professional versus at-home peels. There are a lot of types of peels on the market. Okay. When people think of a chemical peel, they just literally think of like one type of peel. Or maybe a brand name peel that you guys might hear on Vi-Peel or V-Peel, however you say it, something like that. You guys might think about because you hear it a lot on social media, right? But there are literally like 12 different or more types of peels, mixtures, and different formulas of chemical peels. Okay, so how do you even know what type of peel is right for you if you are not a licensed esthetician or dermatologist and you didn't go to school for it and you don't have a professional license? You know, your job is working at a daycare. Your job is the CEO of ABCD organization. Your job is the entrepreneur of your own business. Your job is not licensed esthetician or dermatologist, okay? So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know which peel is going to be right for your face, right for your skin, right for your skin condition and your needs, and your skin type, okay? So if a person, for instance, we use so many different types of peels at the formula, so many different types of enzymes. A person who has hyperpigmentation, they want help with oil control and things like that, their peel is not going to be the same as a person who comes in with moderate to severe acne, okay? Now, eventually down the road, that person with acne and acne, they may get the same peel down the road that the person with hyperpigmentation has, okay? But a person with hyperpigmentation, they're gonna want like a lactic, a kojic, a mandelic, or a TCA peel, okay? A person with heavy acne, we're gonna start you off on salicylic, okay? Something like that, salicylic, arbutin to kind of lighten your scars, but the main ingredient that we wanna use is gonna be salicylic or benzoyl peroxide, okay? Maybe even some glycolic, which can help with lighten blemishes and acne scars as you go along. But salicylic, benzoyl peroxide, tea tree oil, those are going to be the types of peels or ingredients that we want to use with someone that has acne. So it's very important, again, to understand that there's so many different types of chemical peels and they all have different benefits, pros and cons, and they all target different skin conditions. Someone with maturing skin, I wouldn't really necessarily do a salicylic peel or really a lactic peel. I may want to go to glycolic because we want to help remove fine lines and wrinkles. And I know that glycolic peels penetrate the deepest into the skin, and they have smaller genetic makeup or formulation, so they can penetrate deeper. But the glycolic, I'm not trying to target acne with. Okay, so that's what makes the difference. There's a lot of different chemical peels, different strengths, and so on. Another thing, professional versus at-home peels. Our technique and our application are going to be totally different. You're going to read a bottle. It's going to say, leave this on your skin for 7 minutes. Then you're going to neutralize it, take it off, and go about your business and go to bed, okay? When you come to a professional, we are trained to apply multiple layers, which can in turn multiply the strength of the peel that we're putting on your face so we can kind of control the desired effect. We also are trained to know when your skin is at its stopping point. So that way we're not causing injury, we're not causing inflammation, we're not irritating your skin, okay? So with that, we have a stopping point, but we can go pretty strong, you know, and if your skin is sensitive or we see how you've reacted before we prepped your skin for a peel, then we know that we're not going to go in and straight do 6 layers. We're not going to go from a lactic to a TCA peel because there's baby steps, okay? So you might start with, most of our clients will start with an enzyme peel, which is the lowest grade of a peel made with fermented fruits. And then there's acids that are infused in, like salicylic or kojic, which will determine what we're trying to target on your skin. And that's included like in a facial type of service. And that right there, we can tell a lot about how your skin is going to react before we move on to the next service, which would be your chemical peel. And then even in between that, when you go home after that enzyme peel facial, you're going to still do home care for 14 to 30 days to make sure your skin is really prepared for the chemical peel, okay? And during those 14 to 30 days, you're gonna notice a lot of different changes in your skin, and you're gonna remember those things. You might even take some pictures. And when you come back to see us, we're gonna ask you, how'd your skin react after the enzyme peel? Did you notice any redness? Was there any irritation? How have the products been working for you? Because we do give you heavily exfoliating products to prepare your skin as well. And these are things that are going to help your provider to make the best choice in choosing a chemical peel that's right for you in ingredients, and that's also right for you in strength and in application. So there's a big difference between your professional and at-home peels, okay? So keep all those things in mind for sure. Just because Mariah gets 2 passes, you know, with her chemical peel, doesn't mean that Linda is not going to get 6 passes, you know. So it's just, it depends. Her skin might be dry, Mariah's skin might be dry, Linda's skin might be oily, and she may be able to handle a little bit more. Her skin may be a little more resilient, okay? So there's so many different factors that go into choosing a chemical peel, and the timing of when to decide to do a chemical peel on someone, okay? So big differences in the way that, you know, people do them at home versus the way that a professional thinks, and our approach to applying that chemical peel for your skin. Okay. All right. So let's see. The next thing I'm going to discuss is the importance of, again, a personalized skin assessment, knowing your skin type, your condition, what you're targeting, very important. And that's why we do consultations. We want to know your health information. If you've ever had a facial before, what your reactions were to that. If you're allergic to anything, are you on those medications? Are you pregnant? All those things are going to make a difference in whether or not you can even be a candidate for a chemical peel, and again, which peel we're going to choose for you. Okay, so look at that. That was really quick, precise, straight to the point. Okay, I think I covered everything. Oh, there's one more thing. Excuse me. Okay, I did tell you guys that I've had clients come in, you know, maybe their skin. I had one client in particular, her skin was gorgeous. I had worked with her for about like 6 months, okay? Skin was absolutely gorgeous. I didn't see her for about 3 months. And I kind of wondered, you know, what was going on, because we miss our clients and our patients when we don't see you guys. We do miss you guys. Come to find out, her sister had gifted her, you know, a peel. And when she came back, her skin was just in shambles. I mean, completely dark, marks, patches, raw. She has some hypopigmentation on her chin, just a lot of different things because she misused the peel, and it's also doing using her at-home kit at the same time. So it's just very important that you use your discernment and go see a professional. I kind of want to be like, it's okay to do a peel at home, but I just, without proper guidance, I just don't think it's a good idea. If you have a full assessment and you know, you talk to a provider and they tell you this XYZ, this, that, use this, and they walk you through it, I think that's okay. Especially if, you know, you were seeing someone, you decide to move across this, you know, US or out of the country or something like that, and someone to work with that person, I think that's a good idea. But just going off and just purchasing whatever you saw on TikTok, worked for somebody, and, you know, you want to try it, I can't justify that. It's just not justifiable because their skin and your skin, their health and your health, what they're targeting, what you're targeting are not going to be the same. 9 times out of 10. Okay. Their skin strength, your skin strength, resiliency is not going to be the same. So that's what I have for that. If you are looking to do something at home, and you want to improve your acne, you want to improve your hyperpigmentation, I strongly recommend using, mild pads like chemical exfoliants, like salicylic pads for acne, tea tree oil pads, things like that, but not necessarily something that someone made that's not credible. Or someone who just popped up overnight on social media, but maybe get products from your esthetician or your dermatologist and just use those, okay? Because otherwise you're just going to cause more damage, all right? So that's all that I really have for the chemical peel dangers at home. I just wanted to make it short, sweet, and to the point. I will be answering you guys' questions if there's any questions in just a moment. I think I told you guys I can't see the questions because I'm streaming right now, but in just a moment I will. But I just want to say, if you are interested in, clearing up acne or hyperpigmentation, myself and my team are here to help you. We are here to answer your questions. We want to make sure that you understand, what type of treatment that you're getting. We want to make sure that you understand how to use your home care routines. I offer virtual consultations. You can speak directly to me on a live Zoom call. We can go over your current routine. I can answer any questions for you. It's only $50, okay? So the same money that you were going to go spend on TikTok on a product that you don't know if it's going to work or not, you can actually talk to me on live and get professional advice. Okay. And then here's even sweeter. It's only $50, but it's even sweeter because if you keep your call with me, I give you a $25 credit. Okay. So essentially it's really only $25. You get a $25 credit that you can use toward your first visit with me or my team, or $25 that you can use towards purchasing the products that I recommend for you in your life, okay? And, skincare does not have to be expensive. We have cleansers that start at $20, moisturizers that are about $25-$30. You don't have to do a full kit, although we do have kits that start at $99. Everything you need in one kit for $99, okay? We even have an oily skin kit that's $75. You get your cleanser, your moisturizer, sunscreen. The $99 one, you get your exfoliants, to keep your acne clear and things like that. So it's not necessarily expensive, but it does become expensive when you do treatments at home that you really don't have knowledge in. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We have virtual consultations that you can book online, formulaskinlab.com. You can send me DMs. Although, keep in mind, I am a busy person. I do run a business. I do have a team. I do have a life. So, I'm not going to sit there and give you a full consultation. I can answer your questions about which service to choose, which products you might want to use. But if you really want to ask questions, I highly recommend that you book a one-on-one consultation with me, and I will answer and steer you in the right direction, okay? Other than that, if you're in San Diego, you can come into our spa, have a consultation with my team. We will assess your skin in person, talk to you about, how long you've had these issues going on, and we can get you on the right track. But if you're not in San Diego, or you just don't want to come in, or you just have questions about your current routine, you can do that online. We do ship nationally, internationally as well. I can help you treat acne and blemishes even if you don't live here. But we just have to make sure that you're the right candidate for those types of treatments. So if you're interested in that, send me a DM. I'll drop a link to the website, formulaskinlab.com, in the comment sections. But I am done there, and I'm just going to look here and see if there's any questions. Let's see. Thanks, Danny. Danny says you need to do YouTube. You got influencer vibes. Thank you. Well, you know what? I actually am streaming live on YouTube today. So my first time. Let's see if we have any more comments. All right, there's no comments. So we are all set. That is my live for today. If you guys need any help in your skincare routine, definitely feel free to send me a message. Talk to you later.